You guys always want a shortcut. That is the quickest way to be able to actually experience being with the person that you love. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I want to talk a little bit about the burning flame that you feel deep down inside, and whether it's around a relationship with your specific person, which seems to be what most of my followers and subscribers want to hear about. This can be the case when it comes to career, different businesses, all different kinds of relationships. Before I get into this, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you love my content. And if you're looking for any kind of support or coaching in understanding how the law of assumption works, especially when it comes to a relationship with your specific person, feel free to email me a very short description of what's going on to kim@coreunion.com, and I'll reply back with my first available. I made booking your session very easy through my website. You can either book a 30-minute session or a 60-minute session, or you can book a package, and that makes regular meeting much more affordable. I was assisting the chief information officer of a major hospital network, and I was really pulled to this job. And what's funny was I had just got out of a database development position and I was laid off. And I had zero interest in doing something non-technical. But for some reason, when this job came up, I had a very, very, very strong pulling towards it. And it was just deep in the core of me. So I knew I was supposed to do this. When I met my boss, she was an incredibly intimidating person. She was very tall and seemed a little bit mean, and everybody was afraid of her. When she first met me and she shook my hand, and like I'm like very short compared to her, she bent down to shake my hand like, "Hello, little person." And I just said, "Hi." And she said, she didn't say little person, but she just said, "Have I met you before?" And I said, "No." And she said, "It's weird. I feel like I know you." It was weird because I felt like I knew her too. So we had the meeting soon after I was hired, and it was the best paying job that I ever had, by the way, at that point in my life. Soon in, I realized that if I don't go into my imagination and see things differently, I'm not going to be able to survive this, because she was borderline like abusive with me. And I was finding myself with my feelings hurt constantly. And sometimes I would go home with my stomach in knots. I started to do my inner work around it, exactly how I tell you guys. And there was no book that I ever read about law of assumption or Neville Goddard back then. I just knew, I understood that what I felt deep down, I had already started connecting the dots in my life. And I trusted that no matter how somebody was treating you in the 3D, in some cases, I really trusted in this, what I feel in my soul. So I also had a friend that had a boss that would always take her out to eat at really nice restaurants. So I decided, instead of, I'm not going to be jealous about that, I'm going to use that as inspiration. Yes, that's exactly how I see us. We bond, we laugh together, we get along incredibly well. So I started doing my inner work around it, exactly how I tell you guys. And in a matter of just probably a month or so, everything changed. She started to slowly shift, and I started to shift, and our relationship improved. And before you know it, by the time I was there for 6 months, we were like the best of friends. And she was taking me out to eat the same way that my friend used to tell her that her boss did, because I was imagining that and seeing that, and we were bonding. And she actually did teach me so much. She taught me, she prepared me pretty much for the retail business that I ended up manifesting as my experiment to be able to eventually teach you guys how to manifest. This applies to everything in your life. I didn't fall for the 3D illusion of this. Instead, I trusted in what I felt deep down, the relationship that I could just feel it. I knew that we were going to have an incredible working relationship. I didn't hold on to things that I didn't like that was being said. Instead, I went home and I did the inner work exactly how I tell you guys to. We had an amazing, incredible relationship, exactly the relationship, how I imagined it. Why? Because from my perspective, that already existed. And I was picking up on that, and I was magnetized towards that. All of the other stuff didn't matter. Okay, so guys, when it comes to your specific person or anyone else in your reality, but I know a lot of you guys want to be back together with your person, with your other half, with the love of your life. You have to trust in them. You have to literally focus in on all of the things that you love about them. Don't think about the other stuff. Don't think about the arguments. You have to release that stuff, let it go, and realize that it came up because it was meant to do this, what it's doing right now. You are on a journey of becoming an incredibly most empowered, most lovable, strongest version of who you are. And I want you to see your person in all of their power and all of their strength and all of their love. And trust in the love that you guys have together, because you guys were already together again before you even met. I believe that that is why we have these deep soul connections. I believe that we are here to experience all of the love that we know that we're more than worthy and more than good enough to have. So don't fall for all of the 3D illusions. Stop needing proof. Stop needing things to validate your inner work, and go and stay in your happy little love bubble and just stay in that and persist in that. And that is, you guys always want a shortcut. That is the quickest way to be able to actually experience being with the person that you love. That is the quickest way, is not to continue to relive, replay, and ruminate on any of the negative stuff. See the two of you guys and trust the two of you guys as if it's happening right now, and just trust in that, and trust deep down in your soul, and just detach from and release and let go. Hand over the other stuff to God and just allow God to do what God wants to do, because God created the two of you guys for each other. I love you guys so much. I will talk to you guys soon. I love you. Bye. Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.